Go.
So this is a demonstration of the ENFERI facial expression recognition. Humans are inherently drawn to familiarity, and the most prominent connection of familiarity between the many variations, cultures, and lifestyles of humanity is our ability to express our emotions to one another. And while verbal communication offers a comprehensive form of such expression, the communicator that reveals the most about our emotions is our faces. Just a slight motion of the eyes, forehead, or mouth can signify feelings such as happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust. These signals gave our species a great evolutionary advantage by allowing our ancestors to communicate such emotions non-verbally. Most animals who fail to recognize or express the emotions of other individuals lack a sense of empathy towards one another, cannot communicate complex information, and fail to cooperate as a collective. As the emotions expressed may be very complicated, so is the expressor. The face contains 42 individual muscles being flexed by facial nerves. The brain fires neurons to control these nerves via the brainstem, and combinations of movements create facial expressions. Ultimately, there are two ways that the brain causes facial expressions. There is voluntary motion, which is when a person intentionally creates an expression. Then there is involuntary motion, such as the expression a person would make when they get surprised or frightened. Since we know that both voluntary and involuntary facial nerves use an electrical system to cause motion, we can deduce that it is possible to use electrodes to measure this electrical activity. Now, why is this important? Well, it isn't actually that important, although perhaps during an online conversation with a pal, you wish to truly communicate your happiness from a picture they send. Since nobody wants to do a video call, you could just send your actual facial expression to them. Not groundbreaking technology, but could have a ripple effect on emoji selection services. Anyways, the objective of today's project is to use an LED matrix that successfully manages to replicate facial expressions. This will be done using EEG, which stands for electroencephalogram, facial expression recognition technology, to interpret the facial expressions and send them to the matrix to be displayed. The EEG headband uses 5 electrodes to detect electric neurotransmission signals caused by the firing of neurons to interpret the facial expressions expressed. The matrix then takes the signals from Python and Arduino using JSON RPC to communicate between the EEG and Python, and using the serial port to communicate between Python and Arduino to draw corresponding movements. The face animated on the matrix, nicknamed ENFERI for Electroencephalographic Neuromuscular Facial Expression Recognition Interface, matches the expression based on 3 variables: the upper face, or the muscles in the forehead, the eyes, the muscle movement in the eyes and the eyelids, and the lower face, muscles around the mouth. The 5 electrodes are placed on the head at strategic positions to take in frequencies from the extrapyramidal system and primary motor cortex that translate into stimulated muscle motion. Using Bluetooth, the USB receiver can take this data and feed it into a JSON communication module. This can then use the data in a Python script in the form of strings that represent the expression from a set of possibilities. The Python script produces a single byte variable that corresponds to each expression and sends it through the serial port. The Arduino reads this data and displays an animation based on the expression. This animation is the face. With all of that together, here is a demonstration of the final product.
Try raising your eyebrows.
It's so hard, huh?
There you go, see?
It seems to receive blinking better from you than it receives from me.
Oh, you just did a wink.
Oh, I did? Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. All right, well, that's the demonstration.